Good afternoon, salutations, all you beautiful people out there. It is Friday. It is. I can't believe it's Friday. And what's that mean for today? It means that you're going to get the Thursday night recap. You're going to get our IDP starts of the week. And you're going to get a little buy and sell for our TGIDP Fridays. It's going to be a good one. Just stay tuned, and Josh and I will be right back. Let's start the show. Come on.
You're listening to the IDP Show, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
What is good?
Well, wow. Whew. Okay. All right. Here we go.
What is happening? TGIDP guys. This is a wonderful Friday night. It is senior night at my daughter's high school, so rushing to get them to see the varsity game. Then I didn't have time. We didn't have a pre-production meeting, but a hard out. Got to go pick the kid up from the varsity game. So no, we will not have a 90-minute extended show just because I can't. I'm not allowed to. I have to go pick up my kid. But that being said, what's going on, man? It's Friday. It's Friday, as we say over here. How we doing?
Yeah, we've got homecoming here, so yeah, it's been a heck of a weekday, couple of weeks. So I'm here for it. Let's do it. Let's get it
right on, man. We have a question right off the top. I don't know if you want to bang this one out before we get to our Thursday night recap. We don't want to keep Bash waiting. Bash is a very dedicated viewer, so let's get right into it. Start 2, Javonte Williams, Studkins, or Cam?
Bam, Bam, Scooby-Doo?
That's what I'm assuming.
Man. Bam, Bam, Scooby-Doo, and Judkins? Man. I'm going to go with you got to start Javonte and Studkins. Studkins and Javonte for me.
Yeah,
what
Studkins
say you?
Is playing the cakest matchup of all time, the Miami Dolphins. And Javonte Williams has just been a revolution this year. He's so underrated in that offense. We keep on talking about Dak and his arm and the passing game, but none of that could be possible without Javonte. So I do think Javonte Williams is a key asset. I like Cam, man. We'll talk about Cam a little bit later on in the show. Promise you that. But I'm in a Cam, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about Cam. That's what I meant. I know to start Javonte and Judkins. I just don't know what I think about Cam. So we'll get there on the buy and sell. I saw that question. So we had a Thursday night game on the Amazon Prime. Am I frozen?
No.
All right. It was a game of the 88. I think both quarterbacks were combined age 81 years old. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco. It's true. That's a true statement.
It was the Icy Hot Bowl.
It's the elite versus the GOAT. Let's be honest. Yes, Icy Hot Bowl. Aaron Rodgers had a very good performance. Kind of crushed it last night. Scored 24.8 fantasy points in some leagues. And Joe Flacco also balled the F out at the age of 40-something years old. So yeah, I'll say you, man, how do these quarterbacks compete, man? How did you enjoy this game?
Bro, this guy had more pass attempts. Yeah, so this was the most pass attempts he had ever had since week 3 in 2022. Yeah, 47 pass attempts over there, Joe Flacco. Yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah. What is going on? Aaron Rodgers over there. I mean, good grief. He did have 2 picks, but it is what it is. But Flacco, man, three tutties.
Yeah, 3 tutties. When you target Jamar Chase like 28,000 times. No, I don't think I froze. It looks like it. Just full disclosure, my internet's been on and off ever since last week. Last night, the wrestling show I host, I was fuzzy half the time. So, yeah, my Wi-Fi is cooked too, dude. But yeah, Joe Flacco's not cooked. He's definitely not cooked. I don't know what to think of this because I didn't think with this offensive line that he'd be able to have the time to even throw the ball 50 million times, but he does. Jamar Chase and what he was able to do with Joe Flacco, even T. Higgins. T. Higgins put up demanded 10 targets. That's like wide receiver 1 category. We expect CD Lamb and these guys to get 10. T. Higgins, the secondary guy, is getting 10. I don't expect this to happen every week, but it was really cool to see. Let me ask you this, Aaron Rodgers. Is there no doubt that he is one of the GOATs of the NFL of all time? Of all time.
All time? Oh. No. Just a simple no. Is Brett Favre?
Yeah.
Whoa. Who is your top? Who's your top 10 here?
Of like quarter.
This is a whole new show.
That's a show for the offseason. Yeah. Remember, hard out. Remember, hard out. Remember, kid picked up. No, that's an offseason show. But the way I look at the NFL and just players in general and the Hall of Fame and GOATs, can you write the story of the NFL without Brett Favre? You can't. You can't.
Yes.
You can't. How can you explain Michael Strahan breaking the sack record? How can you explain that without Brett Favre?
Well,
okay, and on top of that,
that goes with every quarterback that's ever won a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer.
Okay, but how can you explain how successful Brett Favre was in a lineage of quarterbacks who literally from Brett Favre to bridge over to Aaron Rodgers and before that, like he is part of a legacy, part of one of the greatest franchises. He's definitely one of the greats of all time. Now, how many greats are there? Well, that's a percentage of the player base, right? Like if this is a whole different breakdown, there doesn't have to be a top 10. There's so many quarterbacks that played this game that are great. You know what I mean? So like
yes, I'm talking about top. I'm talking about Mount Rushmore. Like he's not Mount Rushmore.
Look, I say this in professional wrestling all the time. As the years go along and as the league expands and has the longer history, the Mount Rushmore has to expand. There needs to be more faces added on into this mountain because it's not fair to go, well, Hulk Hogan belongs on the Mount Rushmore. We're talking wrestling here, but is he going to get knocked off because now we have new GOATs like John Cena and Roman Reigns? It's not fair to someone like Hulk Hogan so the same thing with Brett Favre. In that era, in his time frame, he was one of the best. Right?
Yeah, so was Matt Stafford.
Okay.
But nobody's talking about him.
Not yet.
Being the best.
Not yet. I'm not saying that he's not one of the all-time greats, but I think we could write the story of the NFL without Matthew Stafford. I think we could. I know we couldn't with Brett Favre. I know we couldn't.
Sean McVay finally gets his title with Stafford? I don't know.
Again, that's a story to be written sometime down the road. We're not there yet. We're there with Brett Favre. He's been away for a while.
Moves to LA. LA gets his first title in how long?
There you go. Again, you know what? So you're making the case for it. You're making the case for it. Like you are. Listen.
I'm from the West Coast, so
this is going to be a great, I guess, off-season show of GOAT or not. Yeah, West Coast. So again, later on. But Aaron Rodgers, the reason why I bring it up is because he did have a multi-interception game, and it's very rare for him. He's only had 20. That was his 20th career multi-interception game of his life. Tom Brady had 28 of them. Just to put it in perspective. So it's like he is in that rare area of Aaron Rodgers. People just don't like him because of him. He's only had three multi-interception weeks. How do I say this? How can I say this? He's only had
3 multi-interception games in a season.
Twice. Ever.
Yeah. Well, he's had 3 times. He had 2 this year. He's had 2 already this year.
So far, 2024 he had 3.
And then 2024.
That's it though. That's only 2. So he's gonna have it this year most likely. If he goes on pace, but he can still put it up. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, just crushing it.
Does it bother you that this is back-to-back years?
It doesn't bug me because I expect it.
Okay.
like you're going to decline naturally.
Well, this is a
Everyone,
totally different system. He was in Green Bay forever, went to the Jets. Now he's in
right.
a different system again. Do you think that has anything to do with it? I don't think it'll tarnish his legacy, of course, but
No, it's not going to. I think it obviously does have something to do with it because,
I think it's got
it's
a
a
little
different.
to do with the familiarity with players.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it. I mean, can't obviously throw that out of the window. But again, so Rodgers is still serviceable for your fantasy football teams and continues to be. Did you know I started Pat Fryermuth in a league on accident? I
Well, you did
forgot.
a good job.
I forgot to take out Fryermuth because Hawkinson was on a bye last week in one of my leagues. So it's one of those find your $20, find a $20 bill in your pocket after you wash them or
Yeah,
something like that. You're like, oh, right
I
on,
love it.
bro.
I
So
love it.
he went off 5 catches, 111 yards, 2 tutties, 6 targets. That can't be a thing, right? That's not going to be a thing moving forward. Did you see anything on the defensive side of the Bengals that just what happened?
Well, the fact that Trey Hendrickson is gone, he didn't play. That had a lot to do with what Rodgers was able to do on that end. I mean, if you look at this game, it was crazy as far as them being able to push the ball down the field. Obviously they did have the two picks, and that had a lot to do with them checking down the ball to Fryermuth and trying to get him going, not pushing the ball all the way down to DK, but still getting those chunk plays. It was good. It was good to see. It was a lot to do with what the Bengals are trying to do. They're in almost a prevent defense constantly. They do that because they know they can put up points. They know they can put the ball up and just say, I'm going to score. Can you score as many times as us? Let's see what we do. So a lot of times that's what they do. That's why Patrick Queen was so low key this game. I really thought he was going to be a good play this week, and he wasn't. Patrick Queen was totally taken out of the equation with how they were playing their defense.
Gotcha. Yeah, I noticed a lot. Aaron Rodgers is not airing the ball out this year. He's taking the easy throws, the money throws. He's always done that his entire career, but this year he's not even airing the ball out a lot. So I'm surprised this is Pat's first big game of the season, and I'm not surprised that DK Metcalf has been kind of underwhelming this season, at least in my eyes. 3 catches, 50 yards. It's not good for your wide receiver 1. It's not good at all. Matter of fact, that's kind of below average. So, are you loving DK's situation here? Are we sitting DK a little bit for other guys?
I don't like DK's only had one game over 100 yards this year. I don't like him with Aaron Rodgers. It was very redundant to have him and George Pickens, because George Pickens they have the same type of play style. They're very straight line runners. DK is very physical, but he's not a route runner. He's not a route technician. He's not that guy that can get underneath. He's not a Devontae Adams for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball to. He's not a Jaden Reed or a anybody like that, that's going to be underneath. I don't see him succeeding the way everybody thought he would with the exit of Pickens. I don't see that happening. Aaron is not the quarterback he was. He's still great. Obviously, he's putting up numbers, but he's not pushing the ball down the field. And that is not Arthur Smith's. That's not his motif. That's not what he wants to do. He wants to run the ball. He wants to do play action. And he wants to get first downs, control the clock.
Yeah, he's doing that. Talk about Jaylen Warren, dude. Jaylen Warren,
Bro,
balled the F out. Like, real talk. What is this?
We called it.
127. Yeah, we did. We did.
We did call it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dude, the guy is an absolute machine right now. I know he came off of the injury, and then the bye. He 16 carries for 127 yards. I mean, what more can you ask? 4 receptions, 31 yards is crazy. It was awesome. That's exactly what you want to see. I don't think Caleb Johnson liked that too much because, he's still firmly on the bench with Gainwell playing clean up to Jalen. It's just nice to see a lot of those people in Steeler camp. I know Matt Williamson. He's a very big, very, very high on Jalen Warren, and he works over there with those Steelers. He called him 2 years ago and said he was the guy. Last year, it looked like he wasn't, and now all of a sudden, it looks like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers has a lot to do with that. I think he even mentioned how much he likes Jalen Warren.
Yeah,
and that's why
his
Caleb
professionalism. Yeah,
yep, that's why Caleb's kind of on the bench. And man, all you early drafters got burnt on that one. So I want to talk about Caleb Johnson just a little story about why you should listen to coach speak and understand who's actually playing for the football team. Caleb Johnson looked good coming out of college. He was one of my favorite running backs coming out of college. I enjoyed watching his tape, and I don't even watch tape that much. But when Aaron Rodgers, it was the most obvious signing ever. I can't believe people thought Will Howard was going to play football for them. But that being said, I still can't believe that. Whatever. So the fact that Caleb Johnson was going to be in the same huddle as Aaron Rodgers was completely laughable to me. So early on in the process of fantasy football dynasty drafts, I was taking Caleb Johnson in the first round if I could, like late, like 9, 10, 11. Sometimes even as high as 6, depending on your team your roster. Then as Aaron Rodgers signed and everything went down, I'm like, Caleb I don't want to touch this guy. And now dynasty formats is kind of ridiculous because it's, it's only 1 year. We expect Rodgers to be one and done. So Caleb might have a role in this offense down the line. It's hard for me to be all in on a running back like a Trey Benson. He's one of them that just never, ever, ever got a shot until now due to injury. So I don't like that. I don't like when a running back is held off his rookie and sophomore year for the older guy. That's red flags. If you can't beat that guy out, you're not that good. That's just my thoughts on things. And I know everyone plays differently, but that's just my thoughts. That's why I wasn't all in on Benson when he got the chance this year. Who cares? He couldn't even beat out James Conner, bro.
I got out of the Trey Benson sweepstakes right at the beginning of the season this year, right before the season started. A lot of people were big on Trey Benson. There was a little hype behind him. And I sold him, and I was glad I did. Now, nobody could foresee this coming, but if you can't take over the job in your first year, I agree. I totally, absolutely agree with you that is a bad sign for a rookie running back drafted that high.
Yep, drafted that high, and Henderson is. I feel like he's on that level for me at this point, but he's kind of not because at least he's involved, right? He's just waiting he's getting his 10. Though he's getting double-digit opportunities every game. So at least he's getting involved. It's the guys who are just like if Scatterbook didn't get involved, trust me, I'd be like, this guy, don't touch him. He's Toby Gerhart, right? Or something like that.
4th round running back, you can't have that. You have to take yourself out of the equation, take your thought out of like, hey, this guy's great, and you have to put it in perspective. Like,
yep. So anyway, that's a little sidetrack. I can't wait for off-season shows, man. That's honestly, off-season are my favorites. It's because you can just go wherever you want. But let's go to the other side of the field, the Bengals, or the other huddle, and briefly talk about Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and this offense. Are we going to expect this from now on, or was just a weird, funky game that Joe Flacco found the fountain of youth, and these guys decided to block? And Chase Brown, by the way, decided, he decided that, hey, Josh Kimmel has told everybody and that can listen. He's telling people to drop me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to be cool and rush for 100 yards. Not score a touchdown or be relevant whatsoever. You're still going to be a running back too, buddy. But he actually did show some life. He actually showed some life.
He broke the 100 yards. Yeah, it was tough for him. He got there, but still no touchdowns. All those went to the big guy over there. T. Higgins, Noah Fant, and Jamar Chase. So those guys, man, like you touched on it a little bit. I mean, I don't want to talk about Chase Brown too much.
Okay, good.
He's toast in my book. He had a good game. You know, it is what it is, but I wouldn't look to capitalize on reeling Steelers defense as a win this year for him. But Jamar Chase, 23 targets. Yeah, my voice went up on that. 23 targets. Wow. Ridiculous. What are we doing over here?
Ridiculous.
What are we doing? That's awesome. I mean, the whole offense went through 4 people.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. It was ridiculous.
It was great for fantasy. I loved it. It was, I mean, my cheeks hurt because just seeing the offense look at what they can do when they put their mind to it with the quarterback. Now that's not no knock on Burrow for his first couple games, but good grief, Jake Browning, what is he doing? He let this guy come in there. He's 41 years old and just throw the rock like that. He has almost as many yards through 2 games with the Bengals. Mind you, he only practiced 4 days prior to his first game than he did with the Browns in his first 4 games. He's less than 300 yards away from reaching that goal, and that is insane.
Yeah. So
if this is what it's going to look like, wheels up, Joe Flacco.
Yeah, wheels up, man. Anything on the IDP portion of this game last night that you're interested in? I know Jalen Ramsey's been good this year. Anyone else you saw?
Yeah. I mean, Ramsey was good. Holcomb, actually, 7 tackles. That's a lot. That's something to look at. Joey Porter Jr., 5 solos and 2 passes defense. Not in the nickel slot. Now you can see where this correlates in IDP. How many attempts Joe Flacco had? 47. And look at all of these defensive backs with these numbers. Now, that is exactly what we talked about the last couple weeks in IDP. But as far as a game, you know, I didn't really see too much. You know, Battle got his interception, but it was a no game for a lot of those guys. I think TJ Watt was very quiet. It wasn't a good IDP matchup, as so the score says.
Right on. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the Thursday night breakdown. It was a fun game. Thursday night games have been up. I'll say that they've been up this year. I feel like they've been better than previous years. They have. Yeah. Anyway, IDP breakdown for week 7. We have some players that you might want to grab up, pick them up, start them. We'll start off with the first guy. I'm not going to pronounce that name though. You're never going to get me to get that name right. Like in a million years.
Nuwasu?
Sure. Where can I buy a vowel? Can I buy a vowel? I don't know how to say that name. Nuwasu?
Nuwasu.
All right, what's going on with Uchenna? Did I get that
okay.
right?
I don't know how to say his first name, but I do know it's Nuwasu. So Nuwasu is 0% owned in Sleeper. He is really been a really bright spot over there as an edge defender for Seattle. I know a lot of you guys are losing Fred Warner They will be losing Tyrell Dodson. Looks like he's going to play. He is questionable, but he is going through concussion protocol. And then Devin Lloyd was hurt with the calf, so this would be one of the guys I'm looking to pick up. He's got week 4. He had 5 tackles. 2 of those were sacks. I mean, you can't get much more production out of a guy that's playing 75% to 65% of the snap share. He's got 4 sacks already, so that upcoming schedule is pretty juicy. The Houston Texans offensive line ranked as 29th, and they are sack prone. He does have a week 8 bye. Then he goes to the Commanders, who've allowed 8 sacks in the first 2 weeks. So, they've got a lot of issues over there. And then he already dominated the Arizona Cardinals this year. And that could be another, just a good get some points game in week 10. So he's actually a must add and a stash for me. And Fantasy Pros has him ranked actually as a number 20 defensive line ranked, number 20th overall. So that is a waiver guy that you're going to want to pick up, stash, and hold on to for sure.
I'm looking right now, brother. I'm looking right now on my waiver wire to see if he's available. Now, mind you, this is a 32-man, no duplicate IDP league, so I don't think he's going to be there. But I do look every single time, and what do you know it? He's not available. So,
of course he's not. So, all right, Landman. Landman actually, I know he's rostered in your league. He's already rostered, but he's the linebacker that is killing it for the Rams right now. He's got 41 tackles, 22 solo in 5 games. He's got back-to-back double-digit tackles. Week 5, he had 8 solos, 1 tackle for a loss, and 3 passes defense. So this guy, I mean, he's an every down linebacker. He's a plug-and-play starter, and he's available in 7 to 16%. I mean, he's only rostered in 7 to 16% on Sleeper and Yahoo leagues. So if you have this man on your waiver wire, you really need to go out there and grab him, especially if you've got one of those players that's going to be out this week. Also, in addition to the players that are going to be out, you're going to see a big game out of Donovan Wilson this week. He's my last one to add. We had a weird concussion case come out of Dallas today. Did you hear about Travion Diggs? Travion Diggs now has a concussion.
Yes, I did.
He's in concussion protocol. That is a big blow for a lot of you guys that have him on as your starting corner. Him and the loss of Brian Branch being suspended for the Juju Smith-Schuster fight. You can go scrape up Donovan Wilson. He's only 3% rostered in Sleeper. And that I don't normally recommend a player that is not good. Donovan Wilson is not good. But volume is king in IDP, and he right now is crushing it. He is probably the most reliable streamer you're going to find in the waiver wire for defensive back this week. He's been a plug and play guy, and they are not going to stop throwing the ball against Dallas, especially with Kenny Clark up front. Yep. So that is what we have for our IDPs. Those guys right there are what I'm looking for to replace any of those guys I mentioned earlier.
Right on. So if you want more IDP information, Pudge, you put out an article every single week. You want to plug it? What time? Where can we find this article?
So that article comes out every Tuesday at right around 1 p.m. Just kind of depends on some of our schedules. I know some of us are busy people. Some of the people, the editors over here at Fantasy Now Plus, they'll get to it when I submit it, and when I submit it is usually right around that time. So a lot of work goes into that. I do get the Monday night games in there. If you have those, that's why it comes out so late. But I know there's some Monday night stashes that you guys would like to see. There's usually 3 to 4 players per position, and the upcoming bye players that you should be looking to fill in for.
Right
That
on.
comes
You
out
can
every
find that
Tuesday.
Tuesday, around 1, 2, not 6, 7, but around 1, 2. You can
Yeah,
find that
yeah.
at
It's early in the day.
fantasynow.com.
It's early in the afternoon.
UB says, got lucky and started T. Higgins. That's not luck, brother. You listen to us. And Michael and Topher on Wednesday night. That short blew up because they were right. Start T. Higgins. So if you saw that, that's why you did it. Need a flex though. Half PPR, Jordan Mason, Vidal, or Jordan Addison. Also play Kittle or be safe and go Mason Taylor.
Kittle.
Because you know what? You started hot with T. Higgins. And you want to stay hot with Mr. Kittle because when he's back, he's back. If he plays, he's playing. And that team is throwing the ball everywhere. It doesn't matter if it's Mac Jones or Brock Purdy. As far as the other person, Jordan Mason,
I'm gonna go with
Vidal, or
Addison here. I like starting wide receivers in my flex position. Jordan Mason has 0 PPR appeal. Vidal is in a committee-ish, and he was questionable. I like Addison here. What say you, sir?
Half PPR is a little tricky. I hate starting Jordan Addison. I cannot stand Jordan Addison, but I do start him because he's a good player. But if you watched his games, which I have, he only does everything in the fourth quarter. It's super frustrating. Both of his big weeks were like fourth quarter, blown coverage, long touchdowns. And that's what he does. That's what he's good at finding the open space, I guess. He's great at finding busted coverage and taking advantage of it. And I'm here for it. I'm starting him in many leagues this week, but they're playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Sure. I mean, is Carson Wentz going to be able to survive? I don't think JJ McCarthy's going to play. I haven't seen anything set in stone yet. But if Carson Wentz plays, and we saw that offensive line get destroyed once this year against Pittsburgh, who couldn't even sack Joe Flacco or get to him as much, what are they going to do to that line in Carson Wentz? That's what I'm worried about. And the same could be said about Jordan Mason. The same could be said about Jordan Mason. That's why I'm going Vidal. Yes, he's in a somewhat of a timeshare. Yes, I understand that. But the Colts could be ran on. And they are playing the Colts, and that's going to be a competitive, high-scoring game, I think. So I always follow the points. People want to follow the money as far as roster status and depth charts, follow the money. As far as fantasy points, I follow the over-unders and the points. And that's why I'm going to go Vidal. That's just my situation. I don't want to go against the Philadelphia Eagles in that pass rush against the depleted O-line of the Minnesota Vikings. That's just my take. But hey, so I guess flip a coin. Who do you like better, right? Who's cuter? I was told I look pretty in pink today because I wore the shirt out. Just want to let everyone know.
Anyway, I like the shades. The shades are good.
Shades are really good. I proposed in this shirt. Right? Yeah, sure did.
So I proposed once, but it wasn't in the shirt.
You didn't propose in a shirt?
No, it was not in a shirt. It was in a hoodie.
You proposed, and that's fine. Hey,
it was rain. It was raining.
You know what? We can't just depict the weather or know when we're.
She said no, so there's that.
Oh, is that true? Is that a true story? I'm sorry,
true.
I'm laughing right now. That's not funny. I'm sorry.
I'm laughing because.
Did you guys end up being married, or was it a blessing in disguise?
No, we parted shortly after that.
All right, right on. Good. Look what you're missing out. Superstars. All right.
That was prior to my kids. So yeah.
So
Worked out.
So we have some buy or sell. This is the funnest part of the show. We get to throw some opinions out there, some hot takes. I got some good ones for you. You have some good ones for me. Do you want to start this one off today?
Well, hey, say no more. Say no more. All right. So we've got Bam Bam Scooby Doo. My man right now has 99.3 fantasy points. Will he outpace Ashton Genty as the rookie machine, myth, legend, number one running back of this rookie class in 2025? Ashton Genty has 91.7 fantasy points currently in PPR formats.
All right. Here's how we're gonna break this down. It sucks that you gave me just these two. So if the question is, am I buying or selling? Who's gonna have more fantasy points per game, Cam or Genty? I'll play along with this game.
Who is going to be the number one overall rookie between these two this year? I don't see anybody else. Yeah.
I do.
I know it could be Studkins, but
it's going to be Studkins.
He's not up there yet, so I took him out of the equation.
I know, but wait till after this week. It's gonna be Studkins is down there at 65.5, so he's not that far off. But between these two, I'm still sticking with Ashton Genty. I think Ashton Genty is more built physical for this football game, for this profession. I think he's gonna not only have a better season this year when it's all said and done. I think he's gonna have a better career, and it's not even gonna be close. Not even gonna be close. Cam Scatterboo is cute. He's fun. I love it. I'm into it. I really am. I'm buying into it.
You don't want to tear your shirt off and be like,
yeah. I'm not that guy. I am not that guy.
No testosterone, just
people on
oozing
Twitter
out of your pores
and Blue Ski, and they might think I'm that guy. I think some people on our show, our family over here at Fantasy Now Plus, think I'm that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm the furthest from that person. But I'll say this, because I'm not a Gronk guy. I'm not that guy. I'm not that. I hate those guys. Ugh. But I will say this: he's entertaining to watch. It's fun to watch. I'm just worried about his play. I'm worried about his mentals. I'm worried about his head. I'm worried about him lowering his head, trying to bang through to get one extra yard and him going down. Whereas Genty, I'm not worried. I'm not at all.
He did bring back the Michael Myers stance.
Listen, all I'm saying is this. I can't believe we're at a spot in 2025 in week 7 that we're talking about this. I just can't believe it. And we are. So that alone right there is a huge achievement for Mr. Cam Scatterboo. It truly is. But at the end of the day, I'm going pedigree. I'm going the best athlete. I'm going Ashton Genty. I'm going athlete over grit. I'm going skill over grit. That's where I'm going. There's no analytics I can give. You can't measure grit. Of course you can't. Can't measure. I guess you can measure athleticism. I guess they do. They try to, right?
It's called a Raz.
They can jump out of a pool. I never understood that. I can't. I tried. I bruised my ribs trying.
I barely get out of the water.
Yeah.
I'll go
feel
past
that,
my
brother.
belly button.
Feel that, brother. All right. Rashee Rice is back. I'm not gonna scream it. I'm not. My throat kind of hurts. But Rashee Rice, my guy, is back. And I want to be known. I want to be known as the only one, the only truther of Rashee Rice. As far as I know, I'm the only person that has him in my top 5 in Dynasty. I'm the only person that has him in my top 5 in redraft if he didn't get suspended. He's my guy. I don't care that Xavier Worthy's there. I don't care. Don't care. Buy or sell, Rashee Rice leads the Kansas City Chiefs this week in targets, receptions, and yardage against the Las Vegas Raiders.
To me, it's a sell. Okay, he's coming off ACL. That would be the only reason why is I think that they're probably going to limit him. Now, if you said rest of year, it would be a screaming buy. But for this week specifically, I'm going to go with it's just too much to overcome. A ACL surgery, come back 7 weeks into a football season and just be ready to play football. You're not football ready yet. Now, this has nothing to do with the suspension or anything like that. I just think that they are going to be smart and ease him into putting him in there.
Fair. That's fair. See, that's the answers we like to. We don't like to hear those answers because we're big. I'm a big Rashee Rice guy, and I wanted you to say, "Yeah, let's go, let's ride, let's rip off our shirts, and let's do it together."
I'm not going to Cam Scatterboo that. No, I can't do it.
But let's not forget, Rashee Rice. I know it was limited time, but he was a wide receiver 2 before the injury last year. He was phenomenal. He was their he hit. And this is what you're new to my analysis and to my thought process. Last year, I was like, he is Kelsey. Oh, Kelsey's dead. Kelsey's this. Yeah, Kelsey is gone. You know why? Because they have Rashee Rice. He knows how to read. And not only does he know how to read a defense, get to the soft zones, because that's what he was doing. He was literally running Travis Kelsey's routes. I said it on this network over and over and over for the first 3 weeks. I'm like, he's running Kelsey's routes. Why are you guys complaining about Kelsey? They don't need him. He's break glass in case you need him. Kelsey was break glass in case of emergency. Emergency happened in week 4. And that's when Kelsey started getting more involved because guess who's not running his routes anymore? Rashee Rice wasn't.
Rashee Rice.
So he's going to go right back to that. He doesn't need to be the burner down the field to get these points and to get these receptions. 100% he's going to catch never mind. I don't want to give you because false. Okay, take this with a grain of salt. And I'm very excited. I'm very happy for this. I expect somewhere around 7-8 catches, 100 to 120 yards. But I don't expect a touchdown. But I expect a big game, like a 20-point game from Rashee Rice this week. I'm expecting it. I hope I get it. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. Very long time. Since last year. I traded all but
I think you got at least one more week.
I hope, man. I want it now.
Hey, I'm not against it. I love the talent. He is a very talented dude. But if you look at Terry McLaurin, these guys that didn't do any, they can't practice, they can't do all this stuff, and they rush them right into something, and all of a sudden you have soft tissue issues. It's bad juju.
Ruining my vibes. What's your next one?
Well, so, all right. Out of these following players, who has the most 100-yard games this season? Puka, Justin Jefferson, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or Jamar Chase?
This was the easiest one for me. Just going to let you know. So not Puka. I'm not going to go Puka. Although I don't know how long he's going to be out. I don't know. You know what? Okay, I'm putting Puka back in the basket. He's still safe. I'll tell you who I'm cutting out right away. Chase and Brown. Sun God and Jamar Chase.
Okay.
I'm cutting them out. They're too inconsistent. Not St. Brown. He's awesome, but he's not like the yardage guy. Chase, he's inconsistent. He'll get you 23 targets. He'll get you, very inconsistent. Yo-yo player. JJ, he averages like 96.1 yards per game his career. Like that's his average. Like he averages like 4 yards away from 100. So he'd be the most logical. But here's who it's going to be. It's going to be JSN. And there's no question about it. JSN is the only target in Seattle. He's the only one that's going to continue to get the targets funneled to him. Even if you look at the other teams, Puka's got Adams on the other side and Kyron, who's special. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they're not going to always rely on the pass game, especially when the weather turns. It's going to be more Montgomery and Gibbs and yada, yada, yada. And we already talked about Chase's inconsistencies. Puka, Justin Jefferson, and JSN are very close. So he did a great job there. But at the end of the day, we don't know what J.J. McCarthy is going to be like when he comes back. Look at Justin Jefferson's with McCarthy the first couple weeks. It wasn't pretty.
No, I threw him in there. I threw him in there to throw you off.
JSN's the guy. JSN is the only answer here.
Yeah, and the closest one behind him is Puka. Puka is leading. Actually, JSN is now leading the league in yards. after last week. But JSN had a 100-yard game in weeks 1, 2, 5, and 6. Puka only did 1, 3, and 4. So, and then the other two, Chase had 2. One was last night. And Amon-Ra St. Brown has had 2 as well. So it's crazy. It's nuts. I'm sorry, Chase has had 3. He's had week 2, week 5, and week 7.
Yeah, last night was you didn't count that one yet.
Yeah, last night. But I mean, Egbuka is pretty close. He's got 2. Stephon Diggs has 2. But those guys, they're not competing with JSN. JSN is killing it right now. So I love that. I thought I'd throw you
again
off the trail with Justin Jefferson, but you got it. You got it. Nail on the head.
Here's something you're gonna learn, which you didn't know this about me previously. Obviously, we never did shows together. This is like our 4th or 5th show together, maybe 6th. JSN's one of my guys. You didn't know that about me. JSN's one of my. When I get a guy, that's my guy, and I have them on all my dynasty teams. So JSN, Garrett Wilson, and Rashee Rice are my guys. Like, those are my guys. They've always been my guys.
You got 2 of my guys, yeah. Garrett Wilson's my other guy, yeah.
So, I mean, Judkins, you're going to find out, is one of my guys, and that's where we're going next. Miami has the worst rushing defense by a mile. We know this. Buy or sell, Studkins has more total offensive yards than Achane in the same game this week in their matchup.
I'm going to buy that because Miami, Finn's Talk Sports Network, I love you guys, but holy moly, they've got some issues defensively, and it is big. The Browns have a stifling defense, and I think that Achane is going to be good, but Studkins, as you have dubbed him, is going to have more yards this game against Miami.
Then Devin Achane. Achane has 390 rushing yards in the season, and he has how many receiving yards? I didn't look that up.
He's probably got more receiving yards than rushing yards.
195 receiving yards. So he has 585 total yards on that terrible team. So I'm buying that too, man. I have Studkins in my rankings, I believe 3rd this week. I have a breakout game for Studkins this week. People are going to be wanting to buy him in your dynasty leagues pretty soon, if they're not already. Let me know your last one, sir.
Okay. So rest of the season, we talked about him a little bit. Who do we got as your QB? Joe Flacco, Geno Smith, or Bo Nix?
Bo knows, man. Bo is the one I'm choosing rest of season. I don't care that Joe Flacco had a resurgence last night. I don't care about Geno Smith whatsoever. Interception, Geno Smith might get benched. His job's not safe. He's not safe. Nope. Bo Nix is the guy for me. He's the only one that has potential in this group to, I think, have a winning season. Yeah, that's right, Bengals fans. You won last night, but congratulations. You're still in the loser pit.
In fantasy points right now, he's actually 3rd amongst all those.
Who is? Bo?
Yeah, he's in 3rd place. Geno's in 2nd, and Flacco's in 1st right now.
I would expect that.
Flacco also has another game ahead of.
I would expect that, but I think Bo Nix with Sean Payton there, they're going to turn things up. The first couple weeks were pretty rough, right? 13 points, 10 points, nothing special. As long as him and Cortland Sutton keep on finding chemistry, which Sutton is wildly underrated. Someone tried to tell me Tet in redraft is better than Sutton this year. I'm like, Tet's not better at all.
Tet is. Well, they both only had 100-yard game this season, but
dude, Tet's biggest
Cortland
game.
Sutton is. What's that?
I had this argument with my friend today because he was complaining about a trade today, and he's like, "Yeah, he wouldn't take Tet, but he took Sutton." I'm like, "Bro, Tet's best game if regular PPR is 17.9. That's like Cortland Sutton's 4th best game this season. Like, relax. Cortland Sutton's a better like he's in a better offense as well. But Bo Nix is quarterback 13 right now. I just think he's going to be more consistent, whereas Flacco's going to have more ups and downs, mainly downs. And I think Geno's the same way. Geno's going to have more ups and downs, but mainly downs. Whereas Bo Nix, I think, is going to be flatline, just
Slow
steady
and
Eddie. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's fair.
Nice to know
And
where your head's at.
my last one with quarterback suit, I like to be safe. But what's my last one? What's my last one? Okay. Because this one gets like analytical and stuff, right? This is not new.
Well,
CD.
I'm also the resident CD Lamb hater. So
Okay. This will be fun. I'm not a CD hater. With CD Lamb coming back this week versus Washington, who takes the biggest hit in fantasy? Pickens or Ferguson? That's it.
I know who had the biggest leap? Pretty right? Pickens. I know it stinks for all those Pickens guys, and I hope you sold them while you had the chance in redraft. But Pickens, it's going to be slim pickings for Pickens, I think, because he's just not going to get the balls. CD's coming back. CD is the alpha. CD is the everything to that offense. Money wise, and I'm sure if Jerry were down on the field, he would throw it to CD every single play just to get his money's worth. But by the way, they pay people. He's, him and Dak have a huge rapport. I do think Pickens is still going to be relevant, but he's not going to be what he was the last couple weeks. I don't think it's possible to sustain with their run game and Brian Schottenheimer. It's CD's team. It's not George Pickens' team. So it's going to funnel to him. They can't have 3 pass catchers like that. It just doesn't happen. And Ferguson is going to be the other end zone target. He's going to be their red zone guy along with CD.
Yep.
So it's got, I know it stinks for Ferguson. If you got him, you might want to try and get what you can. Pickens. Get what you can. But Pickens is going to take the biggest hit with CD coming back.
I agree with you. I do. But what's a hit, right? Like, what is the hit? So George Pickens, week 1, scored 6 points against Philadelphia, but CD didn't do much either. He dropped like 3 or 4 balls. But after that, he took off.
He had over 100 yards.
What, in week 1?
Yeah.
CD did. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
But not Pickens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, trust me, I love me some CD. But then Pickens played the Giants, Chicago, Green Bay, and he went off. He went off in almost every single game except for the Jets when Sauce Gardner was on him, and he only scored 13.7 points. But Ferguson, he is up there in the tight end position, but I think we overvalue that. Oh, he's the number 1 tight end. When I feel like tight end scoring is down this year, I feel that. So when I see all these top 5 performances by Ferguson, I'm like, okay, pal, sure, those aren't Kelsey numbers.
Doesn't mean much, right? It's not the same meaning. I get it. I understand what you're saying. It doesn't feel the same.
No,
the number 1 wide receiver, yeah, awesome, but the number 1 overall tight end is still, almost a streamer.
Yes,
you don't
exactly.
have a Brock Bowers this year, or we were toting Dalton Kincaid for a while, for a little bit. We were toting Juwan Johnson this year.
Now we're getting on Fannin, right?
That we're touting. So, yeah.
And Fannin's the next guy, and guess what, guys? We're all picking him up. And look, right, but the tight end position is so jumbled this year, where really, who could you start and go, yeah, I'm confident in this guy? Dallas Goedert, you can't. He scores 29 points one week, then 8 the next, right?
absolutely falls off the face of the earth.
Yeah. So the only consistent one is Ferguson, but he had a bad week 1, which that whole offense kind of did. And then honestly, ever since then, Ferguson's floor is 12 points, which he had last week. So I don't think Ferguson's going to fall off a cliff. Do we expect Ferguson to be the tight end 1 all year? I don't think so. I think Trey McBride and all these other guys catch fire, and Ferguson's going to fall his way back down. And Pickens is also going to fall. The correct answer could be both, because CD could demand all those targets, right? And Javon,
it's very possible.
And they're getting Turpin back as well, and he's a gadget player. They want to get him involved in the offense, correct?
No.
Yep. So either way, weird situation in Dallas. Fun situation in Dallas. I'm glad CD's back so I can start him. I have a league, not to brag, but I have to sit 2 of these guys. And this is my last flex. This isn't even my wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3. Those are all filled. This isn't even my flex 1 or my flex 2. This is my flex. This is my literally last bottom of the barrel person I can start. And it's like Rashee Rice, Ted McMillan, or I believe it's CD. No, not CD. CD I'm starting. Brees. It's Brees. And you don't like starting running backs in your flex. I got to bench 2 of those guys. That's how stacked I am in this dynasty. I don't know what to do. Ask Justin about it. Ask Sean about it. I'm stacked, brother. CD, Justin Jefferson.
How did you get all these?
Once you get to know me, you'll know that I'm a genius. I just don't know how to talk about it. I'm just kidding. I kid. I know how to build Dynasty. I've been playing Dynasty for a very long time. I know how to build from people. Just need to understand. When I was in a draft with our league, our people, it was fun to see how everyone drafted, and not knocking everybody, not knocking anybody actually. But we're in an auction. I see Jahmyr Gibbs go for like 50-60% of your budget. It's like, he's a running back, brother. I know you're a fan. Like, so the way people build their teams to me is interesting, and it's like, oh, it's not good, and that team is not good. So
I got Malik Neighbors for $1.
You did.
I did.
He did. Well, that's a weird draft. That was a weird draft. I would like to do a real on auction draft, not some BS. And I'm calling you out, Justin. I know you're watching. Some BS auction with his BS rules. I want a real auction. Let's do it, man. I'm going to dominate that league. But anyway, I'm talking shit now. When it comes to auction, brother, I get cocky, and I don't like cocky Josh. So let's put cocky Josh back in there. But this is a service to everybody. If you are starting a dynasty league next year, which you will, if you do snake, you are ruining your dynasty off the top. It's ridiculous that we have to go random luck of the draw. I hope this person falls to me. Just trade for him. Trade up. I shouldn't have to, man. I shouldn't have to give assets up in the future to get the player I want. We should all start out with the same budget, like men and women, and buy our players. Build the team you want to build with your budget and be smart and have some strategy. Not, I'm pick 11. I guess I'll pick whoever falls to me. That's ridiculous. In a dynasty league, we started a $500 startup this year, and we did a snake draft. I want my money back because it's ridiculous that grown men and women have to ADP chance, bro. If you're good, draft your players. Get your guy. That's what I would say. Get your guy. You can't do that in a snake all the time. If I land on pick 3 and I want a Josh Allen at 1, I can't get him. If I have to get him, I have to trade so much in the future to get. That's unfair. We should all start with the same level playing field. I'm done.
Okay.
Hey, you want to close out the show?
You nailed it.
Do you want to add? Do you want to add? Do you want to add to this?
No. Hey, that's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Hey,
flip that,
this is Chris Pudge LePage, and this is Josh. I love auto draft, auction draft, Kimmel.
I'm so bad.
This is the IDP show, and guess what? We're out. Have a good one. Have a good safe Friday night. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.